The city in general is still working through the budget details to determine how the budget will impact our citizens, business, and community as a whole. But above all, the courthouse is good news for our community. Community safety has been identified for us as a priority for our citizens in Red Deer, and a new courthouse helps to ensure that more local charges are upheld, which is an important part of the city's enforcement and community safety efforts. The allocation that the provincial budget indicated is the $97 million for courthouse over the course of 4 years. That ultimately would be, presumably be, they didn't necessarily release details yesterday, but that would presumably be a year or so of design and planning and then of construction. So because that funding's over 4 years, it would be in the 3 to 4 year mark, obviously, before it would be fully operational. The next steps for the city, as you're aware, we have been holding a municipal land holding in abeyance, awaiting provincial decision. We've been holding that since we closed or moved the downtown RCMP building. There have been operating costs to the city of Red Deer as a result of that land being sterilized. We will be working with them in the coming weeks to discuss the future of that site and presumably the future demolition of that building, so that we can take that off the financial books of the city of Red Deer and the liability of those operating costs.
On the building itself, apart from lost opportunity of development on the site, on the building itself it's been costing between $40,000 and $80,000 a year, depending on annual maintenance. So over the years we've racked up between $300,000 and $500,000 just maintaining and keeping that site for a future purpose.
They've given strong indications in terms of the municipal land holding as being the ideal site. Obviously, that begs the next question, is then what is to come of the existing courthouse? We will have a couple of years to answer that question because, obviously it would be a concern for the community anytime we have vacant public infrastructure in the community. Our community obviously wants to see those sites repurposed for public purposes, which is part of the impetus because the city has been in that case with the former RCMP site. So that would be part of our ensuing discussions of what their intentions are for that. It's good for our community and it's good for our downtown to have the highest, best use on the land and to not have sterilized vacant sites.
It is a particularly important piece of our downtown infrastructure. So as we build out the downtown plan, in terms of planning and not knowing what was going on that particular site next to the parkade and maintaining the operating costs of it, which were running between $40,000 and $80,000 a year, it's an important step that we now know the future of that site and the future of where we're going in the downtown. So it also brings increased employment in the downtown. So it is a really critical piece of infrastructure in that respect.